No, it's because Iceland is an island, and it is so isolated against illnesses that we are so vulnerable against illnesses of other horses, because there are no horse illnesses in Iceland. And this is the same with riding clothes and riding gear. It has all to be disinfected. When we have the World Championships of horseback riding, Icelandic horseback riding, it can never be held in Iceland, and that's because then other countries could never participate. So if we have it, for example, in Germany or Netherlands or whatever, we have to sell or keep the horses, the ones we bring, the Icelandic national team. What is also so special about the Icelandic horse, what it's mostly famous for, is it has 5 different gaits. And I'm going to explain to you more about these gaits later on. Hello.
Welcome. I am
I will introduce you later.
Okay. Okay.
So though the Icelandic horse has has 5 gaits, not all horses are 5-gated. And then they're missing the last one, the pace. But we're going to show you the pace later on. First we're going to show you the 4 gaits. And the pace, like my dad says, his favorite, the 5th gear. So we'll save the best for the last. So this is the gait tuft. The 5 gaits are walk, trot, tuft, canter or gallop, and pace. And this is tuft. And tuft is a very smooth gait. And you can see the rider is barely moving. It's very comfortable to sit. The horse always has 1 or 2 legs at the ground at the same time, but never more. So always 1 or 2 legs. So it's more like a balance walk. So when a horse is overweight or old, it's quite hard for them to tuft. When a horse tufts, we want them to lift their front legs as high as possible and hard shape their neck. That's what we consider beautiful.
Oh. Do you train them to do that, or do they know how to do it?
To do the toe, but we help them. You need special rein contact, pressure with their legs, and then they tuft. So now they change and they switch into trot. And you can see how the rider starts his bounce. And trot is the gait that they will run freely on the field. When they trot, it's like the relaxing gait of the trot. And you can see how the difference with the rider. So if I tell you a little bit about the horses, the first horse that Rakel is riding, her name is a mare, and her name is Maria Erla, or white wagtail. Isn't that right? Yeah, it's horse. My mom's horse. White wagtail. You know the bird? And then the horse that my brother is riding. This is my little brother, Albert. And he's riding, this is a stallion actually. And he's only 5 years old. But it's a very tall horse. You will see it later in the stable. His name is Morgunroði. It's like morning sun or morning glow. The meaning of his name.
The red sky in the morning.
Yeah, something like this. Red sky in the morning.
Oh, no riders running.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you can see tuft. This is tuft. Now the switch from gallop canter into the tuft. And tuft is a gait you can read up to canter speed. But we don't try to breed one special color. We like to keep as many colors as possible. And sometimes it's sad if a horse has a good color, or a special one like a Pinto or a Palomino, it's easier to sell. And some horse breeders are even collecting colors.
Oh.
So now we're gonna have some beer riding.
Who's giving the beer?
The horse. Hey,
Scout, like we say in Icelandic, scout. And he's going to ride with a full glass of beer, the whole circle, in the gate on the gate tuft. And this is only possible because the gate tuft is so smooth. And this turn is going to be quite hard because this mare, she knows where the stable is. And he only has one hand. So the stable is that way. That's it's an independent horse. So you can see the glass is barely moving. And of course my father is concentrating extremely hard because he doesn't want to spill the beer. Yes, it was a working horse in the former days. Used for cutting grass and stuff like that, just like tractors. We don't use them anymore like that.
Yay!
We still use the Icelandic horse for herding sheep and horses from the mountain where you can take cars. So now he's going to do the pace. He's going to do it here through the polo track. And if I explain to you the pace, if I'm a horse, and these are my front legs and these are my hind legs, I would pace like this. So you move the sides move at the same time. And he will start with gallop, and then he will slide the horse into pace. Sometimes we call it the flying pace. And it's because we want it to be ridden really fast. And if a pace is really slow, we call it piggy pace. It's not what we think is beautiful. Yes, now we will pace. Really fast.
Really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And pace is we race horses in pace, but we usually do not race the Icelandic horse that much. We do pace and gallop, but the other gaits. Mostly when we compete with the Icelandic horse, we do just gaits. We make them run, oval track like this, and the rider switches gaits, and they have special standards that they have to fulfill, and then they get grades for the gaits. So not so much jumping or dressage, that's more for fun.
Well, do you have racetracks? What's the racetrack?
No, we don't have that. When we do racing pace, we just do like a straight line.
What
I'll
pace
pace
do
again.
they use? Do you know offhand? They'd be trotting like this? Because they say when they bring it
You mean like for the pace? Other countries, like World
Take a
Championships,
horse to another country.
usually sell it afterwards.
somebody in the
Sometimes it's sold even before.
Before, okay.
There's a lot of demand.
A lot of demand, yes. There are lots of horses in other countries, in Europe and in America, and there are, we sometimes have horse buyers coming to the country, and coming here to look at horses we've had from Germany, America, all over, just coming here to buy horses to buy them.
Who's making noise out there?
The rider.
I'm not sure, but it might be the stallion. This is his time of year, breeding time. And there's a mare in the middle. This is the time of year when foals are getting born. And we already had 4 or 5 foals. Maybe if we're lucky, when we go to the paddock, there are foals on the field next to the paddock. There was a foal born the day before yesterday.
Waiting for you, Leonard.
Yay!
Not you.
Their mane is quite thick, and when they go to breeding shows, they get grades for their looks, and we give them more grades if they have long hair, or long mane. So we try to keep it natural. We like the horse to look a little bit natural and wild, like the nature. But on the property there are over 100 horses, but that's because we have a lot of land and we keep horses for other people.
I want to see the kids.